Hey guys, Michael Wilson here, your money coach. So today on this episode, you're gonna learn how to eliminate debt in your life and win with money. Let's get into it. I've got 4 steps that you follow that are going to eliminate debt in your life and create margins of freedom, and you will be able to enjoy life so much more than you are right now. So step number 1 to getting out of debt and living a life of freedom is saving a $1,000 emergency fund. See, this is key because emergencies happen. And when those emergencies happen, we have to have a buffer in between us and that emergency. Because if you have an emergency and you don't have money, you are enticed to go back into debt to cover that emergency. So it's important to have a buffer in between there, to have cushion between you and your dishwasher going out, between you and your car breaking down, between you and a flat tire. You need cushion in between there. So step number 1 is key. You cannot skip it, because when the emergencies happen, listen to me, when the emergencies happen, because they will happen, you will have that money to cover that emergency fund, and you won't be enticed to go back into debt, because you can't get out of debt by going into debt. You have to eliminate debt from your life, and this cushion, this $1,000 starter emergency fund, is going to be key to protecting you and playing defense in your life to keep the emergencies from happening. Step number 2, you guessed it, stop using debt. Like I said earlier, you cannot get out of debt by going into debt. So this is the point where you cut up your credit cards and you vow that I will not use debt anymore, because there's a lie out there that you have to have debt, but debt is holding you back and it's stealing your future. It's stealing your wealth. It's stealing your child's college fund. It's stealing your retirement. The money you are paying for your debt is making somebody else rich and making you poor. So, step number 2, eliminate debt. Make a decision today. Draw a line in the sand and say, no more debt for me. And you cut up those credit cards and you take away any of the temptation by chopping those credit cards up and vowing, no more debt. So step number 3 is where the rubber meets the road. Step number 3 is make a zero-based budget. Some of you are thinking, what is a zero-based budget? So I'm going to tell you, a zero-based budget is where you spend all of your money. You spend your monthly income on paper before the month begins. What you're doing here is you're making a plan for your money so that you know where your money's going instead of wondering where it went. A story of how this has worked in my life. Here I am laying in bed next to my beautiful bride. We had just got married and just got paid. It was the night before our honeymoon. We're laying in bed, and for whatever reason, I feel like, Michael, you need to check the bank account. So what do? I pull it up on my phone and I look, and we are negative $113 in our bank account. And I'm sitting there, and at this point, I start getting a pit in my stomach. And if you've ever been where I was, then you know exactly what feeling I'm talking about. You have feelings of shame, you have feelings of failure, and you're just like, what's gonna happen? So we had just got paid, but yet we have no money. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this has got to be wrong. There's gotta be a glitch. This bank account information is wrong. So what did I do? I got up, I got dressed, I got in my car, and I went over to the ATM and I checked my account. Lo and behold, negative $113. So how did I get here? I'm driving home contemplating. I'm sitting here thinking, how did we get here? We didn't buy a new car. We didn't buy a new house. We didn't buy anything big. And I get home and I start looking through our bank statements online, and I'm seeing these small buys. So I love Quick Trip, which is a convenience store here in Oklahoma. Love Quick Trip. I'm going there and I'm getting a coffee, I'm getting donuts, whatever it is, chips, just little things. And these small transactions are what got us. And I say that a Maple Long John changed my life. because that Maple Long John was the first thing that I bought when it was an overdraft. So I remember this just clearly in HD. I walk in and I'm getting my coffee and I look over and here it is, like heaven, light from heaven comes down on the donut holder and it says all donuts 99 cents. I'm thinking that's a deal. They're originally $1.29, so 99 cents, I have to buy one. I'm crazy if I don't buy one. So I went, I bagged it up, I took that Long John, went and bought it, and bam, that 99-cent Long John cost me $30.99 because I had to pay an overdraft fee because I bought that donut. If that's ever happened to you, comment down here below and let me know what you have bought that was silly that ended up costing you way more because of overdraft fees. So the zero-based budget is key. It is key to winning with money. You have to have a plan for your money because if you don't, it's just going to be gone and you're going to have nothing to show for it. So you have to make a zero-based budget. So spend all of your money on paper before the month begins. All right, so in step 4, it's going to integrate into step 3. So on your budget, you should have listed out all of your debts. So in this, I want you to rearrange your debts if you need to. You need to list them from smallest amount. Yes, you heard me right. Smallest amount, not smallest or largest interest rate. Go on smallest amount of what you owe. List them from smallest amount down to largest amount. So what you're going to do in this is you're going to pay the minimums on all of your debts. You don't want to get behind. You want to pay the minimums on all of your debts. And then any extra money that you can find and squeeze out of your budget, you want to dump into that smallest debt. So the reason you're doing this is because you need quick wins. It's like going to the gym at the New Year's. Why don't people stay in the gyms after they make their New Year's resolutions and they say, I'm going to lose weight, so I'm going to get gym memberships. So the gym memberships are extremely high because of New Year's resolutions, but most people don't continue going to the gym after February. And it's because they go work out, they have intentions to continue to work out and to lose weight. They're working out, they get on the scale and they weigh the same or maybe even more than when they began. So they get discouraged and they quit. So that's the point of this, because this is a mental game. It's a little bit of math, but it's real mental. You have to be continually going after this, and you have to keep that fire lit. So you need to get quick wins. So you're gonna put your debts from smallest amount down to largest amount, and you're going to pay ruthlessly on that smallest amount until it's paid off. And then you're going to take and you're going to go to the next one, and you're going to take all of that money that you were paying on that one above it, and you're going to pay it toward this one. And you're going to continue to do this, and you're going to knock it out, and it's going to build momentum, and you are going to knock your debt out so quick that interest rates do not matter. So one key to this is it is all of your debts except for your mortgage. Your mortgage is not going to be in this. That's going to be later on. So this is all of your consumer debt. So you got your medical debt, your credit cards, your cell phones, whatever that is, Home Depot credit card, whatever that is. You're going to list all those out, everything but your mortgage in this. And you're going to work your way down and you're going to knock it out. And you are going to pay your minimums on your mortgage. But after you pay off all your consumer debt, you're going to start focusing on building wealth while paying your mortgage off quick. So that's all 4 of the steps to eliminating debt in your life and living a life of freedom. So let's do a quick recap. Step number 1, save $1,000. You want to do this because you need to keep a buffer between you and that next flat tire. Step number 2, quit using credit cards. Cut up your credit cards. Quit using debt, because you can't get out of debt by going into debt. Step number 3, live and build a budget. Live on a budget. A budget is key, and it's a plan for your money. If you don't have a plan for your money, it's just going to disappear. Step number 4, you are going to attack your debts from smallest amount to largest amount ruthlessly. You're going to pay the minimums on all of them and attack that lowest one ruthlessly. That's how you win with money.